Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Football. Best wildcard team for match day 5. Now I've put together 15 players for the best wildcard team for this particular match day, but I've also taken into consideration match day 6. Now, if you have a limitless chip and you're planning to play it in match day 6, then you only have to focus on match day 5 and the teams that are playing against each other and all that. Just focus on the team that you're going to have in match day 5. But if you don't have a limitless team, your wildcard needs to carry you in match day 5 all the way to match day 6. So, for example, you can't go for 3 Bayern Munich players this particular match day. It could work this match day, but in the next match day, you're going to be in a bit of trouble because Bayern Munich have already gone through. They might not even play those players this match day. So teams have tried to avoid in this particular draft is Bayern Munich. They've already gone through top of the group. There is Arsenal only need one win to finish top of their group. So in match day 6, they could rest players. So I've only picked maybe 1 or 2 players at most from Arsenal, 1 player. Real Madrid have already gone through. They've not yet clinched top of the table, so you can go for at least one of their players for match day 5. Real Sociedad and Inter Milan have focused on those two because they're fighting for top of the group. I think that will go all the way to match day 6. Benfica and Salzburg, if you want to play for many of those teams, they're fighting for top 3 or fighting for the Europa League spot. The group that I've also taken a look at is Atletico Madrid, Lazio, Feyenoord. All of them could still go through. All of them could still qualify for the Europa League. So I don't expect them to rest any players. Same applies to Dortmund, PSG, Milan, and Newcastle. Man City have already gone through. They still need to clinch top spots. So maybe don't go for 3 of their players against Leipzig because in the next match day against I think they're playing against Young Boys. They could rest basically everyone in that match day. And then Barcelona, FC Porto, Shakhtar, they're all still fighting for the top 2 spots and also the Europa League spots. So teams like Man City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Arsenal, I wouldn't really triple up on them because match day 6, there could be a lot of rotation. So I'll focus on the teams that will have something to play for in match day 5 and also something to play for in match day 6. So with that said, let me get straight into it. So as I said, I've tried to balance it out, and let's start with the goalkeepers. I have stuck with Ramiro. I think is a very good option either way. Even if he didn't have anything to play for, he's still a very good option, very cheap option. But Real Sociedad have something to play for until match day 6. They will be fighting for top of their group. So I've gone for Ramiro. Good. Nice, easy start there. Ramiro at only 4.1 million. Now, it costs 4.1 million because I'm creating this team from the start. But if you already had him, then he only costs you 4 million because you gained having him in your team as his price rose. So you might end up having more money in the bank at the end of this video. Ramiro is my option. And then I've gone for the Shakhtar Donetsk goalkeeper because it's another cheap option. And Shakhtar can still finish top. They can still finish second in their group. So they have something to play for. And also, so far, it's not been that bad against those big teams. He picked up 6 points in the last match day against Barcelona. He kept a clean sheet. He made 4 saves in match day 3. He made 3 saves in match day 2, and he made 6 saves in match day 1. So I think Rijnik is a good option as well next to Ramiro. 2 very cheap options. You're only spending 8.1 million in terms of your goalkeepers, and you can save a lot more money to use elsewhere. Next up, let's go to the defense. I'm going to go for Napoli's defender, Napoli's captain, Di Lorenzo. Now, they have a very tough fixture against Real Madrid, but you never know. Real Madrid have the likes of Bellingham injured, Vinicius injured, so you never know, you might get something there. He's also always very good in ball recoveries. You can always get an assist. You can always get a goal. So far this season, 9 points in match day 1. He scored 4 ball recoveries. Match day 2, 7 ball recoveries. Match day 3, 7. Match day 4, 5. So you're always guaranteed at least an extra 2 points from him for ball recoveries. And against Real Madrid, if he's playing against Rodrigo or Bellingham, if he's fit, he's going to get ball recoveries, whoever is playing on that wing on that day. So I fancy Di Lorenzo. And also in match day 6, if Real Madrid beat Napoli and Braga beat Union Berlin, they still have to qualify. They'll still need to win to finish second in that group in match day 6. So they'll have something to play for. So I don't think Di Lorenzo will be rested. Next up, I've gone for Inter Milan. Inter Milan's fighting top of the group against Real Sociedad. So Bastoni, I think, is the best option. He's not really been rotated this season. All the others have been rotated. Dumfries, Damian, DiMarco, De Vrij, all of them have been rotated. So you never know who's going to start, but I think Bastoni is a guarantee. 5.5 million, good option there. Next up, I've gone for Man City defender. Now, he's a defender, but he usually plays in midfield when he plays for Man City. And I think he will play in match day 6 either way, even if Man City have already clinched top spots. That that is Rico Lewis. He might not play in match day 5, but he's playing on the first day, so you can risk having him in the starting lineup. If he doesn't play, you can just take him out for the Wednesday players. So I've looked deep into that one, and I've decided to go for him because I think match day 6 he will probably start, because I do expect them to already finish top of the group by then. I expect them to beat Leipzig, so that will mean Rico Lewis gets a start in match day 6. Next up, I've gone for Hanko, a Feyenoord defender. Let's go to Feyenoord. Feyenoord also have something to play for until the end. And Hanko, 4.8 million. He saved you money, and this season has been incredible. He picked up 7 points against Celtic, kept a clean sheet in match day 1 at home. He conceded against Atletico Madrid 3 goals actually, but he still scored a goal and got 5 ball recoveries and got 8 points. A very good return there, considering they conceded 3 goals. Match day 3, 9 ball recoveries as well, 3 more points there. And in match day 4, 6 ball recoveries, 2 points there. So you're always guaranteed 2 extra points for ball recoveries, and he can even score and he can even keep a clean sheet. And his fixtures are not that bad. Now they have Atletico Madrid, but it is a home game, and at home they've done pretty well. They only conceded 1 against Lazio and kept a clean sheet against Celtic, and in the final match they're going to play against Celtic, who I would imagine they will be completely out even of Europa League contention, even out of the Europa League contention in match day 6. So I've gone for Hanko as my defender. Next up, I've gone for Patrick, the defender from Lazio. He's only going to cost you 4 million, and I'm really targeting that fixture against Celtic in match day 5. Now, I picked up 2 points in match day 1. He also played in match day 2. He didn't play in match day 3 against Feyenoord, but he got 8 points and 7 ball recoveries in match day 4 against Feyenoord. So hoping he starts in this one in match day 5 against Celtic, and then if he starts again against Atletico Madrid in match day 6, Lazio have something to play for all the way to match day 6. So I've gone for that as another risk defensively, and he also saves you a bit of money. So Patrick defensively is the next option. Next up, let's go to the midfielders. My midfielders, first up, I have gone for Saka. Now, this is the kind of player that in match day 6, if there's a chance that he doesn't start, which there could be a bigger chance, then you can use one of the 2 transfers that you have to take out someone like Saka. But I think against Lens he will start, because Arsenal need to clinch top of the group. Next up, I've gone for Leipzig midfielder, despite them having a tough fixture away at Man City. There's no saying that they won't score. The last time they went to Man City, they scored. There's a time they went there, I think they scored 3 goals. Xavi Simons. And also, even if they don't win, in match day 6, they're going to play against Red Star Belgrade. So that also is a very, very good fixture for them. I mean, obviously, might not start, but I think it's a good risk to take. Even against Man City, there's a chance he could get an attacking return, Xavi Simons. If you don't want to go for him, that's absolutely fine. You can go for other options like Stengs from Feyenoord, but I've gone for Xavi Simons. Again, let's go back to Spain. Barcelona, I've gone for Gundogan. Now that Gavi is injured, I think Gundogan has a big chance of starting both games, and especially if they don't win against FC Porto, they'll still need to clinch maybe even qualification in match day 6, not even just top spot. So I've gone for Gundogan. Now, if you don't want Gundogan and you go for a cheaper midfielder, 6 million, 7 million, you can actually save enough money and upgrade other positions. But I've gone for Gundogan at 8.1 million. Next up, we stick in Spain. That's Real Sociedad. The option I've gone for is, you can go for either Merino or Mendes, but I'm going to stick with Mendes. He's been incredible so far. He didn't perform in match day 4, and they scored a bunch of goals, Real Sociedad, but he also has something to play for all the way to match day 6, fighting for top spot against Inter Milan. And then lastly, I have gone for Zudakov. Let's search for Zudakov. This is a differential from Shakhtar Donetsk. Now, Shakhtar also have something to play for in that group with Barcelona and FC Porto. The last 2 match days against Barcelona, he got 9 ball recoveries and player of the match, and in the other game he got 6 ball recoveries. So he's very good in terms of ball recoveries. Especially in the last 2 matches against Barcelona, and he also picked up player of the match. And against Royal Antwerp and FC Porto, Shakhtar have something to play for. I've gone for him as a differential. I've looked at the other midfielders. There's not too many options there. So I've gone with Zudakov of Shakhtar Donetsk. So those are the midfield picks I've gone for. No Bayern Munich players you've noticed, because Bayern Munich is a very tricky one, because you don't know who's going to start in match day 6 and 5, because they've already gone through. But if you prefer someone like a Kimmich instead of Xavi Simons, Kimmich instead of Zudakov, literally up to you. Forward line, I'm going to stick with Haaland. if you use your other sub to take out Saka in match day 6, if he doesn't play, we hear confirmation does it that he won't play, you can always go for Erling. You can always second transfer, you can take out Haaland. So first transfer, if we get confirmation that Saka won't play, you can take him out, and then Haaland as well, you can take him out as well. Why is it so hard to say Erling Haaland? But Erling Haaland, match day 5, I think he could score, and then match day 6, he probably will be rested. Next to him, I've gone for 2 players who will have something to play for all the way to match day 6. That's the first one is Lautaro Martinez. He's able so far in the Champions League this season. I actually didn't notice until I looked at this. He got 8 points last match day, scored and got player of the match against Salzburg. Match day 3, I think against Salzburg, he actually scored, but it got disallowed. He got player of the match in match day 2 against Benfica, and in match day 1 against Real Sociedad, he scored. So next up, he has Benfica. Last time he played against them, player of the match, and he also has Real Sociedad in the final match day. A big game. They could be fighting for top spot then. So very, very good option to go for them. And then finally, I've gone for Icardi. He takes the penalties. He's playing against Man United and Copenhagen in the final 2 games. They scored 3 goals against Man United at Old Trafford. So another good fixture for him, considering his own penalties as well. I'd be shocked if he doesn't score in that game. And also against Copenhagen, they'll still need to qualify then. So another very good fixture for him. So those are the 3 strikers that I've gone for. If you go with this team, you'll have around 0.3 million remaining in the bank. But if you already had players like Ramiro and Haaland, you might have like 0.5 million in the bank, considering which players you had before price rises. But those are the players I've picked. As you've noticed, I've not gone for players like Kane, Sané, Alvarez, because I do expect them to be rested in at least one of those match days. But if you want to take a gamble, you can go for Sané for this particular match day. Or if you hear any particular news about any of those players starting in match day 5, as long as you have a plan of taking them out, I'd be very careful not to have like Saka, Kane, Sané, Haaland, all for match day 5, especially if you don't have a limitless chip for match day 6. You're going to be stranded if all of those players get a rest, and you'll end up having to take -4, -8, -12, which is not worth it in the Champions League, especially not in match day 6 when you get basically a new wildcard before the round of 16. So let me know which players you're going to go for if you're playing your wildcard. As of now, thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.